Hi, dear love, I'm Nicole, and I wanted to talk to you about something that keeps coming up. It's how do you know that you are experiencing a spiritual awakening? Um, First, a spiritual awakening is a marketing term, okay? So you can say spiritual enlightenment, spiritual growth, ascension, um, unfoldment, blossoming. But what it is a barrage of different happenings and indications that tell you that you are maturing spiritually. So you come to this understanding that you can't be around certain people, and because there's a difference in where you're going and where they are. And if you stay in that moment of where you are in relationship with that person or those people, it will stunt your spiritual growth. And your spiritual growth is pulling you up towards a heightened sense of wisdom and understanding that you have a calling, you have a purpose in this lifetime, and it is in sync with who you are. You feel it here, and you feel it radiating all over your body from within outward. Okay, so that's one way, is that you know you can't be around certain people anymore. Another way that you know that you're experiencing an awakening, a spiritual awakening, is your visions start becoming more vivid, and you're starting to see there's a meaning here. Why is this same vision coming up time and time again? Why is the same image of this person you may not know, or you may know, but you're stopping and you're considering that there is a deeper meaning to that occurrence? That's because your spirit is beginning to rise and mature, and your human side is going back down and resting when that happens. So our human side is our ego, it's the doubt, it's the fear, it's the resistance to change. Okay, so as you rise spiritually, your human side is going to go like this. And this is your human side. Your human is your body, your circumstances, your human emotion and fear of, and aggression, sadness, all of that really fights what we know to be true spiritually. Okay, so it's human logic. Everything that says is human logic in your life is your human side. That side of who you are is going to fight who you are inside, which is your spirit. You are a spiritual being first. And when you are being called by our Creator to ascend on in this lifetime to whatever station Divine Source has you at that time in your life, your human side is going to fight that because it fears it. Okay? So that is that inner struggle that you begin to feel. Okay? So number one, you want to pay attention to people that you can no longer be around. Okay? Number two, look at those visions that keep popping up, whether it be in your dreams, whether it be seemingly to come out of nowhere. It really is coming from somewhere. And Spirit is calling you to look deeper into that, okay? That's a part of what we teach in our workshops, the Secret Spiritual Code of Life. And it is real. This is a real occurrence. This is a real thing. And we just composed it in teaching you how to manifest what's on your soul to manifest, be it twin flame, life mission, having children. Honey, I've done it. So we're teaching it, Darian and I. This is stuff that we can't keep to ourselves. That's just selfish and stupid. You know, we have a calling on our soul. You do too. And that's why you are seeking a deeper sense of spirituality, how you're connected, what's really going on. How do you breathe in a body and you're a soul? How do you know how to do all of this like it's second nature? Because it is second nature, you know. So a third thing you want to look at to know that you are experiencing a spiritual awakening is, it's going to hit some of you hard, the nightmares, okay? The nightmares, the feeling of overwhelming fear, okay? You can receive spiritual attack. It is real. And so I encourage you to absolutely guard yourself at all times anyway, because we're spiritual beings first. You don't have to conjure up any negative energy for negative energy to try to come at you, because we're spiritual beings first. So that lie that is often floating around, and I do feel it's a lie because of what I've lived, what I've experienced, what my family has experienced, what my clients have experienced, and what I've researched, okay? And I'm a researcher. And I believe in a plethora, love that word, plethora of information to make your own assertion, okay? Your own argument or your own theory. And my belief, my strong belief is you do not have to purposely engage anything negative for that energy to try to engage you. When you are on your walk, the other word for spiritual awakening, when you're ascending, okay, negative energy knows it. Knows it. When you have a calling, and you do, that calling on your soul, in your heart, you feel it. It's that pull that you should be doing something more than what you're doing right now. That you have a purpose, that you should be using your brain instead of your hands, that you should be using your hands because you're healing instead of your brain. That inner conflict that begins to surface, that tells you what you're doing right now at this time, the circumstances you're living in, is not it. That's your calling. Okay, that's your calling. And when your calling starts beating very fast and you start feeling it in your soul, okay, honey, that's spiritual. And we're in the spirit realm. So anything spiritual, you have to acknowledge and work with spiritually, okay? When you do that, you are listening to your call that your Creator put out. Spirit is calling. Spirit is calling. And when you're awakening, you're answering. You no longer are choosing to ignore your calling, whatever your calling is. And when you awaken to that channel, to that change, to that challenge, that negative energy is on it. That opposing force is there. Your challenge is to stay focused. Okay? So I encourage you, when you are receiving any type of nightmares that are reoccurring, absolutely sage your space. Make sure you are understanding who you're around, what they're engaging, making sure you know that when you're receiving these nightmares, what's going on, what happened before that, were you sleeping with someone specific, were they doing something specific before you two made love, or whatever it is, what's going on with work. Is there a tremendous amount of stress? Is there signs that you're missing that are leading up to something that's going to happen in the future? And those nightmares are telling you to either stay away from people, a person, a situation, a behavior, an activity, away from a certain place. Could be a home. Could be the fact that someone left energy in your home near you. Spirit is working with you because you're a messenger, because you're a healer, because your children need to be protected, so you're serving as their advocate. These are messages, okay? So make sure that you're paying attention to that. And when you're meditating, you may receive visions, okay, that seem like nightmares. Okay, so visions that seem very harsh could be very negative images that you're wondering, oh my gosh, why did I just think of that? Why am I seeing this time and time again? It is a part of your Akashic record. It is your spiritual history, okay? And you are reliving this for the tremendous release so that you don't bring it into the next level of your ascension. You pass that test and it stays in your past. It stays in your past. Okay, so pay attention to that. Okay, that is a strong way to know that you are experiencing a spiritual awakening. There are certain karmic connections that manifest in behavior. And we wonder, here's a good way to know that it's a karmic connection that has manifested in behavior. Why do I keep dating losers? Why do I keep being around toxic people, gossipy people? How in the world do I keep aligning myself with dead-end jobs? Why can't I keep money in the bank? Why do I stay broke? Why does everything happen to me? Honey, whoa, those are karmic connections that Spirit is telling you, balance that energy out and blast it back to the past. I've got a calling on your soul, and you are meant to be here, and you're meant to be living in your mission. So Spirit is saying, I am asking you to climb upward and away from that karmic imbalance. So that karmic imbalance is going to be pulling you, trying to pull you back to it. Okay? And your soul is like, nope, Now you see what we are rising away from. You see what we're pulling away from. That's what your spirit begins to say. Okay, so then you start to see that occurrence, and your soul is telling you to do something else about it, to make a big change. So that's a part of the feeling that you feel, and it's that inner struggle of an awakening happening within you. You may start to see, oh my gosh, I have to stop smoking weed. Oh yeah. I've been there, okay, and I'm going to tell you about it in another video. I'm going to tell you about it. But that's a part of it. You may have to stop drinking alcohol. You may have to stop eating meat. It may be sweets. It's something, okay? You may be called to do something. Instead of being pulled away from something, you may be called to deepen your spirituality. You're spending time with your kids, learning how to parent differently, or going back to school, taking care of yourself on a heightened level, being alone more instead of needing the company of others. You're starting to now see that, oh my gosh, I need to be alone more, and understanding that, what was that? And as you're being alone, you are receiving a heightened, spiritual communication there, and you're like, I know I just saw something move. And then you begin to understand, oh my gosh, what is going on? Am I crazy? No, you're not. You're receiving a spiritual awakening. You are experiencing soul growth. So it's a good thing. It's a really good thing. It's not always easy at all. Sometimes it's easier than it is difficult. But it is because there is a calling on your soul, and divine source is calling. And when spirit is calling, it's hard to ignore that call, isn't it? It's hard, because that's our creator, and we are connected at all times. Even when we try to pull back sometimes, and we let fear take over. We all do it. Fear is a human condition. But just recognize when you are receiving these different energies, you may feel a sensation over your body. That's another way to understand and to recognize that you are receiving a spiritual awakening. So be aware of that, and be gentle with yourself. Yet be courageous and brave. Call on Archangel Ariel. Her name means the lioness of God. Bravery, courage, confidence, strength. Helps you know how to forgive and to be forgiven and to let that energy go. You know, to seek the high road because you're stronger than that. You know, so absolutely. I pray that helped everyone that was led to our video. I encourage you to become a spiritual superstar. We don't call you subscribers here. God told me a couple years ago to make sure I refer to you as spiritual superstars. And because I'm a celebrity spiritual advisor. So you are spiritual superstars. And honey, I love you. And our goal is to build our family of spiritual superstars to 100,000 by the end of 2017. So I ask you to share our channel because spiritual guidance has to be shared across the masses, honey. We want to reach humanity because there's a collective spiritual awakening happening. And we don't want anyone to miss it. We want you to receive your spiritual awakening. You got a calling. You got a calling. And the fact that you even clicked on our video here means that you are not into ignoring Spirit's call. So many blessings, dear love. Honey, I will talk to you very soon.